My name is Carey Beebe. I'm a harpsichord maker. I live in Sydney, Australia. And this is my Kirckman harpsichord from 1773. I was able to buy this at auction about 3 or 4 years ago in London, and it was in quite a neglected state. It was not playable, but the word neglected is very useful here because the instrument hadn't been tampered with, it hadn't been destroyed. There weren't too many people who had a go at it in its 243-year history, so the prognosis was very good. This is an exceptional instrument for this age, 1773, if you think. The piano had already reached a degree of reliability, and so it was existing side by side with the harpsichord. It had been sympathetically restored in London in 1970, and we're very lucky that it retains almost all its original parts. The tuning pins are original, and many harpsichords of this age that might be playing now, the tuning pins have been ripped out and modern tuning pins put in with holes or holes drilled in the old ones. The jacks, they're beautifully made. There are few makers then or now that built jacks of the same degree of precision. And they're all original jacks to this instrument, except 4, which are also by Kirckman, but probably from another harpsichord. And the bits that pluck the strings, they're cut from crow feather. Because the jacks are in original condition, it's wonderful. I've retained using crow feather and boar bristle springs. The cloths, some of the cloths are 240 years old. The cloth and the leather layers at the end of the keys, the ivory keys, of course, are original, ebony sharps. A harpsichord is a machine. What happens from the player's point of view from one note to the next, it's got to be able to be reproduced. You need a degree of consistency. Every note has to play every time. There's 180 strings, there's 180 jacks, and every one of those has to play flawlessly. And it was a special pleasure with this harpsichord to find that it was possible to make it play perfectly, in fact. And it was a shock, I think, to me, that this instrument, when I'd finished working on it, plays better than most modern instruments I come across. They just don't make them like this anymore. Certainly it helps to have a really top-level player like Erin. And that's the ultimate praise, I think, for an instrument maker, because there's many long hours spent in isolation. The instrument really is only tested when it's really put through its paces by a player like Erin.